For the past 7 years, I've been playing the same family in two different challenges. The Not So Berry Challenge created by Little Simsy and AlwaySimming, and now I am doing the Career Legacy Challenge created by my friend Rochella, where each and every generation is a different career. But I built a new house for my sim for Generation 15 of the Berry household, aka Gen 3 of the Career Legacy Challenge as a social media content creator in Oasis Springs. So after 7 years of playing the same family, I've learned a lot of what it's like to be a legacy game player, because when I say I'm a family game player, I truly mean it. That doesn't mean I'm a legacy of 10 gens or more. I'm a family. I love making families in The Sims, but legacy gameplay is like a whole other thing. It's like a full-time job, 10 generations or more if you can get to that point. And I personally have gotten close to that with my old household I had a long time ago called the Deluso family. It was an Italian-German family I made way back when Dine Out first came out. And I played them for like 6 generations and I got bored and I couldn't really get back into them because I added in a supernatural character. And that's what like lost me with the family like idea. And with the Not So Berry challenge, my friend Little Simsy and AlwaySimming made a challenge together as friends and really changed the way legacy gameplay is, because each generation was a different career, different aspiration, different locations, different traits. Like everything was so different, which allowed me to play the game way more like differently than I usually do. And it allowed me to expand my range of like career gameplay, aspirations, skills that I normally probably would never done. Like for example, the scientist career, I would have never played that career if it wasn't for the Not So Berry challenge. And I've learned a lot of how to tie in different careers with my storylines and really make it authentic, but also fun for me to play for the long haul. Now, after playing the Not So Berry challenge for 10 generations, I was like, I'm really loving this family so much that I've achieved legacy player as an achievement in the game, and I wanted to see how far I could go. So I found an extended version made by my friend Nixel, who added 3 extra gens, and I'm like, this is perfect. I must continue the legacy. And I did. And after 13 generations of the Not So Berry challenge, I really wanted to continue even further and see how long it would take me to get, bored of the family. And I'm still not bored because I'm using this new challenge called the Career Legacy Challenge, created by my friend Rochella, who is a wonderful person, by the way. She's so cool, so talented, and she made a challenge called the Career Legacy, where each and every generation is a different career. If you go to her website, you can spin like this little randomizer and it picks a career for you, and based on that randomizer, there's other options of like how many kids to have in that generation, where to live, stuff like that, which makes it fun because you don't have to guess on like where to live, what career you want to do, how many kids you want to have, stuff like that. Because I don't want to think, I just want to do. And this allowed me to like really dive deep into the aspects of more careers. So the first generation, I lived in, I think, some random place in San Myshuno or something, but I was a painter. No, I was an Evergreen Harbor for the first generation. And let me tell you, that generation was spooky. I don't know what happened, but my game glitched like no other. My sim for the first gen, 14 gen of the Career Legacy was a hybrid. And you cannot have hybrids in The Sims 4 because I'm not literally joking. My sim was half werewolf, half vampire, and my game glitched out so badly to the point my sim was invisible. And I cured them of their vampirism, and their ears were like Bugs Bunny when I gave them the potion to cure their vampirism. When the cast, my sim was just like, was naked. And it was scary. I was like, shield your eyes, children, this is crazy. Because my game glitched very badly. Luckily, they're now human and they're now dead. But moving on to this gen for this house that I'm building right now is for generation 15 of the Berry Legacy, but technically gen 2 of Career Legacy. If that makes any sense, I don't know. I'm just saying 15 generations to keep my brain, upright. Now, I picked the career as a randomizer for the painter career, and I've done it before, but never really fully to the last level of that career and seen what it has to offer. Because since the beginning of The Sims 4, we've had so many cool new opportunities of making the base game careers more fun to play with, rather than they're just there. Like we now have like the art collection or like the art gallery, whatever, to sell our money or paintings for more money. We have, city living for the art easels and the art festivals and new ways to make money at a higher rate. And I think that's like so cool because then again, you can become famous from your paintings alone, I'm pretty sure. Either way, nonetheless, I feel like as the game gets older and older and older, we are getting more ways to make the base game more enjoyable to play with. And I have found it so much more enjoyable, especially playing like legacy challenges like the career legacy and not so berry. And like even like rags to riches is like a basic, one start beginner friendly challenge to do for anyone who is new to The Sims 4 or just new to The Sims in general. I find the best way to learn how to play the game properly without having a job is playing rags to riches because you're starting with 0 simoleons, which is the money currency in the game, and you kind of work your way up learning how to make money from like non-traditional things like painting, gardening, fishing, stealing, other things like that. And it's so cool because having a job in The Sims is all rabbit hole and there's like no benefit to it, to me at least, that I find like being able to like work for yourself in your own home or like doing side gigs or making music or making videos is like more fun because you're out in the world doing different things that normally you probably would have not done. So moving from the city that we used to live in this particular gen to Oasis Springs gives a little bit more, I guess, experience of seeing the different worlds and different townies. And I like it. I really, really have to say, I really love building and telling stories in like a build format. And I love gameplay. And I haven't done a gameplay video in a hot minute, but I'm getting back to there. I'm getting back to my gameplay era. And, it just takes time. I gotta ease my way into it again and really fall back in love with like doing gameplay videos again. But building has been my way of like expanding my storytelling range in a better way. But I personally have to say with this particular build, I wanted to go with a building style that I knew and I really loved. And also based off of the world Oasis Springs, it's like Palm Springs, California, mid-century modern. So I really wanted to capture the vibe of mid-century modern on the outside, a little bit of the inside, but with an added, upgraded touch. So I forgot when I built this on stream, which by the way, I will link down below of the VOD if you want to go watch it. I remember building this and I was like, wait, I can do myself a little fancy sunroom. I was excited. I love not the Blooming Rooms kit, but the Greenhouse Haven kit that we got a couple months ago. I'm in love. It's so simple. It's a kit that's like $5, but I like the idea of having my own sunroom in The Sims. It's like a little attachment to your Sims house that like really makes it like brings it to life. And I remember using this kit to kind of imagine what my Sims like house would look in the future, but I also showed my parents and I built my parents' real life house in The Sims and I upgraded it a little bit to show what your house could look like with like a sunroom under like the deck in your backyard with a little added part of like a garden, area. And they were so impressed. And I think they might do it, which I think is going to be so cool. When you're able to use The Sims as a real life project before you spend real life money to like do things, it's super cool. Like I use The Sims a lot to design a lot of real life things. Like I use The Sims to design my office at my parents' house and a little bit of my bedroom, which honestly, I'm moving in a couple of months right now and I'm moving back to my parents' house to save me some money because I am not about to pay no $2,000 a month just to live here. So I'm moving out, which is really great. Gotta go. But I'm gonna use The Sims to recreate my bedroom and my office in The Sims before like I fully move and I can like figure out what I want to do. So I think it's gonna work. I think it's really gonna work and I'm really excited. I have some design ideas that I want to do. I'm so grateful and so glad that I can do this as a career, as a profession of like making videos online on YouTube and like streaming on YouTube and also uploading, stuff on like other platforms and streaming on Twitch as well. Like I'm grateful that I can do this as a living because of you all for watching my videos and like just interacting with everything I post is so appreciative of that. So I thank you. And I'm not joking. I love interior design and I've always wanted to become an interior designer, but that's not going to happen. I'll leave that to Mr. Kate and the professionals that do it for a living, basically. But I'm happy that I do have like a design degree of some type that I can use my design skills of UI, UX, graphic design, illustration to make things a reality. So what I'm gonna do is basically spend my days making custom content, like custom content, wallpaper, art frames, stuff like that to redesign my bedroom and my office to my liking because I know it's gonna turn out really well based off of like what I kind of want and how the existing walls are in my parents' house right now, since it is no longer like my bedroom's no longer pink and my office is no longer yellow. It's literally full on gray. So I'm gonna have to improvise and add in a touch of yellow somewhere into the mix and make it happen. But besties, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. The yellow is not going away. I'm gonna have peel and stick wallpaper to cover up the gray to add the yellow back in, but still keep the original design that my parents did, but in a better way, in my style. But nonetheless, I really enjoy just like talking. I don't know why, but I do. But I would say in all, with that being said, with like building and like Sims and whatever, the Career Legacy Challenge is a challenge that I feel like everyone should try out at least once because I think we have 20 something careers in The Sims 4, not including the side gigs that you can do. I personally do not remember. I have not counted. I've only done 2 out of how many we have, and I have all the packs in the game, so we have a lot more to go through. But however, what I'm doing is canceling out the careers I've already done because since I'm using the same family, I don't want to do the same careers from the Not So Very in the Career Legacy. So I'm doing like a lot less than the average, player of this challenge. But I recommend it to anyone if you are wanting to get into career gameplay and like try out new things. The Career Legacy Challenge is for you. But even the Not So Very is also fun too because it only requires get to work and city living and the rest is just base game. So if you want to like try out that one, that's also another fun way to get into like Sims stuff as well. But I don't know what I'm saying. All I know, I just had fun building. I have fun talking. I just enjoy the idea of like saying words and things just come out of my mouth in a good way, not a negative way, but like a good way, you know what I mean? But nonetheless, I would say that I want to get back into this challenge again because I haven't played it on stream in a while, but I do want to incorporate horses somewhere down the line for the next generation because I did roll the social media career, but I also roll to have 2 children in this career as well as generation, which I have to say is okay. I did have to roll at least one time for the first gen in the Career Legacy for 1 child. And then I had 2 in this one. I'm really hoping that I don't have 3. If I roll a 5 to have 5 kids in the next generation, Gen 16 of the Berry household, I'm literally going to lose it. I'm moving to a farm. I don't care what career it is, I'm moving to a farm. Because there's no way in chance I'll be moving to no city apartment or penthouse with 5 kids, maybe 1 or 2 adults, and a horse. No me gusta. Ain't gonna happen. No, lo siento. No, I don't think so. But in all, I have to say that with everything that's going down with horses and just in general with like The Sims 4 and gameplay, I have a lot of ideas that I want to incorporate into, this, and hopefully it'll turn out really, really well. But with that being said, I do hope you all like the speed build portion because I'm going to go into live mode and show you the house in real time. That way you can kind of see what I'm really working with because I did do a few changes to the house from what you did not see in this build. So when it came to the house, I wanted to keep it relatively small, but also large at the same time. So that's why I chose a 30 by 20 lot, and I built it right next door to Johnny's trailer, which he's no longer living, by the way. He is dead, but I wanted to build it in that proximity, in that area, to kind of capture the vibe of mid-century modern, starter home, new family moves in with added stuff, you know, that kind of vibe. So this house only has 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom with an open concept for like the kitchen, living room, and a little bit of the office, and with the dining room in the back near the sunroom. So I added in 2 bikes in the front with a little chest table, a pet door that I found out that toddlers can actually like go through if they wanted to, since they're technically small enough and they can crawl on the floor. Shocking, I know. But I also added in this like small little galley kitchen kind of thing with an L shape as acting as the island as our dining room table. Because at first I wasn't going to add one in, but I was like, you know what? The sunroom does make more sense. So I left it over there and added in like 2 little island chairs over here with a sink right here with our high chair for the toddler. And then over here we have like our living room over here. I was going to add in a fireplace, but I felt like it was not needed. So I took it away and just did a little like, you know, end table type of thing against the wall with our little media console and our cat scratching post, pet bed, our little office over here with our photo frames, which I do need to add our photos in here at some point soon to kind of fill in these gaps. And then over here we have our wonderful, wonderful bathroom that everyone shares. There's Bacon, you know, taking a poo in their litter box, and they are an elder, which I'm very sad Bacon's gonna leave us soon, but I might make Bacon where they like, you know, age down so they live a little bit longer, because, ooh, pets unaliving in The Sims, traumatic. I don't have a pet, but I would love one, but, ooh, I can't handle that stuff. But I did add in a lot of the stuff from Growing Together into this bathroom because it was a new pack, and I really wanted to see what it looked like in a mid-century modern style in Oasis Springs. Now, this is the main bedroom where Frederick and Janie both sleep in, and I didn't really do too much in here. I did change out this part over here and added in a video station so Frederick could make videos for a living, and he can get his fame level up as a celebrity and also earn a lot of followers and, you know, residual income, basically. So over here, I have the kids' bedroom for Winstead and our other kid named Marley, so they can sleep in here for the time being until they age up and move out of our house. Now, Winstead is actually going to be the next heir for the career legacy. When he becomes a teenager, we'll like roll his career, how many kids he'll have, and also kind of pick where he wants to live in The Sims 4. Now, over here, I wanted to add in a sunroom since we did get the Greenhouse Haven kit. I wanted to test out like the new windows and the doors that we got from that kit and really see what I can do. And I like how simple it is with a dining room table in here with a little plant on the back and also our music station so we can make music and sell it to our label. And I don't know, it just seemed pretty cool to add it in there for like added space. I have a little kiddie pool. I have a tree house that we got from Growing Together, a little pergola with some planter boxes, a grill, bird feeder, and also a little swing set back here. But either way, as always, do let me know down in the comments below of what you thought of today's build. And also, question of the day, have you ever built anything in The Sims that was mid-century modern? And if you have, let me know. If you haven't, I think you all should definitely start, because Dream Home Decorator, Get Famous, and Bowling Night Stuff are the 3 packs that include that particular style. But lo and behold, that is that. But I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!